learn some objectives. What are these objectives? Number 1, identify the reflection of light. Number 2, identify the 2 laws of light reflection. Number 3, identify the properties of images formed by plane mirror. Number 4, identify the 2 types of spherical mirror. The last objective, identify some of the concepts of spherical mirrors. Let's start. First, we will talk about one of the waves that's called light. What is the meaning of light? It is a form of electromagnetic waves or electromagnetic energy that can be seen. I can see part of the light that is called visible light. Okay. Why light is electromagnetic waves or electromagnetic energy? Number 1, because it can travel in space and don't need medium to propagate. Number 2, its speed is high, equal 3 multiplied 10 power 8 meter per second. This means that light is a form of electromagnetic waves because it doesn't need medium to propagate and its speed is high, and it is transverse wave, as we talked about them in last year, previous year, Prep 2. Yes. Another definition of light, it is the only form of electromagnetic energy that can be seen. طبعا عندنا example من light that can be seen, visible light. As you know, electromagnetic waves consists of many components of light. Number 1, gamma ray, X-ray, ultraviolet, visible spectrum, infrared, microwaves, radio waves. When we go from radio waves to gamma ray, the frequency increases and these waves has greatest energy and the wavelength decreases. This part we talked about it in the previous year. Let's start with properties of light. What are the properties of light? One of the properties of light travels in straight line. The second property, which we will talk about it, light reflection. Pay attention with me. If we look at constant water or still water surface, we can see the image of the building in this water. Why? This means that we can see the images of the building on the surface of the water. Why? Yes, due to light reflection. Another picture, yes, you can see your image in the mirror. Why? If you look at the smooth shiny surface, you will see the image of your face in the mirror. Why? Yes, due to light reflection. This means that we will talk about one of the important property of the light that is called light reflection. What is the meaning of light reflection? Yes. Light reflection, it is a phenomenon of the light bouncing or returning back in the same medium when it falls on reflecting surface. Pay attention in the beginning. When the light falls on reflecting surface, as you see in the picture, what will happen to the light? Light falls on reflecting surface. It will return back as it appears in the figure. This straight line represents incident light ray. This straight line or ray represents reflected wave. So we can define light reflection as bouncing. What is the meaning of bouncing? Returning back of light in the same medium. When light falls on reflecting a surface in either medium, it will return back in the same medium with this way. Okay, so we can define the light reflection. It is the bouncing or returning back of light when it falls on reflecting a surface. Yes. What are the laws of reflection? Light reflected regularly and irregularly. So we have two types of reflection. One of them is called regular reflection and the other is called irregular reflection. We classify reflection according to the type of reflecting surface. We have two types of reflecting surface, smooth or rough. When light falls on a smooth and shiny surface, it will reflect regularly. But when it falls on a rough surface, it will reflect irregularly. In this case, what will happen to the light? Light falls on the reflecting surface, it will return back. What are the laws that controls this phenomena? When the light falls on the reflecting surface, as in the figure, what will happen to the two angles produced from this reflection? Number one of the law, first law of reflection, the angle of incidence equal angle of reflection. This law, we talked about it in previous year. Yes, this means that angle of incidence, that is the angle between incident light ray and the normal, equal the angle of reflection, that is the angle between reflected light ray and the normal. That is the first law. Second law, we will talk about it. Before knowing the second law, we must know one note. When the two are equal, the image can be formed. When the angle of incidence equal the angle of reflection, it will form an image. This means that the light reflected regularly. Yes. What is the second law of reflection? Second law, the incident light ray, reflected light ray, and the normal line to reflecting surface all lie in one plane perpendicular to the reflecting surface. This means that incident light ray, reflected light ray, and the normal all lie vertical on the reflecting surface in the vertical direction. Yes. It is clear from the figure. Incident light ray, reflected light ray, and the normal all lie perpendicular on the reflecting surface. Yes. Let's continue. Main concept related to reflection of light. We talked about it from short period of time. What are these concepts? Number one, what is the meaning of normal? Normal, it is a perpendicular line to the reflecting surface on the point of incidence. Another concept, what is the meaning of incident light ray? It is a light ray that falls on reflecting surface at point of incidence. What is the meaning of angle of incidence? It is the angle between incident light ray and the normal. The reflective light ray. It is the light ray that bounces or returns from the reflecting surface at point of incidence. Yes. What is the meaning of angle of reflection? It is the angle between reflected light ray and the normal. They are the concepts related to light reflection. Number 1, normal. Number 2, incident light ray. Number 3, angle of incidence. Number 4, the reflected light ray and angle of reflection. One question in this part. The incident light ray, which falls perpendicular on the reflecting surface, reflects on itself. Why? Why the incident light ray falls perpendicular on reflecting surface reflects on itself? Why? Because angle of incidence equal angle of reflection equal 0, as it falls on the normal, so there is no angle of incidence, or it becomes 0. Yes. The incident light ray and the reflected ray doesn't make any angle with the normal, so it reflects on itself. Yes. As you see in this figure. When light falls, yes, what will happen? Falls perpendicular on the reflecting surface, it will return it back. Why? أهو ده عندي الري ده falls perpendicular on the reflecting surface, it will return back or reflects on itself. This angle equal perpendicular means the angle between the normal and incident light ray or reflected light ray equal 0. We will start with the title of this lesson, which talk about mirrors. Mirrors, it is one of the reflecting surface that when the light falls on it make reflection. What is the meaning of mirror? Mirrors are reflecting surface for light. Mirrors can be divided into two types. Number 1, plane. Number 2, spherical. The first type of mirrors, plane mirrors. The second type, spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors can be divided into two types, concave mirror and convex mirror. We will start with plane mirror. What is the meaning of plane mirror? It is a piece of plain glass, painted from behind or covered from behind with thin layer of silver metal, as you see it in your room. It is a piece of plain glass painted from behind with a thin layer of silver metal. Give reason why it is covered with silver metal. To give the glass the bright surface that reflects the incident light ray that fall on it. Number 1, to give the glass the bright surface. This bright surface reflects the incident light ray that fall on it. Yes. As you see, that is plane mirror. Yes. You can see your image in the plane mirror due to light reflection. What are the properties of images formed by plane mirror? So when you look at the plane mirror, you can see your image. What are the properties of your image in this plane mirror? Number 1, the image is upright. This means that with the same order of your body, head, chest cavity, and your legs, with the same arrangement. Upright, it is the opposite of inverted. Number 2, the image is equal to the object in size. This means that your lens in front of mirror equal your lens in the mirror. Number 3, laterally inverted or reversed. What does this mean? Means the left hand, in fact, it is the right hand in the mirror. The right hand, in fact, is the left hand in the mirror, as you see it in the picture. Your right hand, in the fact, is your left hand in the mirror. The fourth probability, the image is virtual. What is the meaning of virtual? This means that this image can't be received on a screen, or it is the collection of extension of reflected light ray, not the reflected light ray. And we can explain the meaning of virtual in another or in the recent. Number 5. The distance between the object and the mirror equals the distance between image and the mirror. The distance between the object and the mirror equal the distance between the object, the image and the mirror. Last probability, the straight line joining the object to its image is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror. The straight line join between the object to the image is perpendicular to the mirror. Now we will talk about the meaning of virtual image. What does this mean? Yes, it is the image that can't be received on a screen in front of mirror. It becomes behind the mirror, not in front of it. Yes, so it can't be received on a screen. As you said, where is your object? It is the object. Yes, we can see it or its virtual image formed behind the mirror, and we can see it by the extension of reflected light ray. Extension, not the reflected light ray. Okay? Yes. So you have question in this part. The word impedance is written on laterally inverted way on the impedance curve. Yes, why? The word impedance is written on laterally inverted way on the impedance curve. Why? Yes. Because the mirror of the car is plane mirror, so it forms a laterally inverted image for this word. So it appears laterally corrected to the driver. يبقى to be seen in corrected way. To be seen in corrected way according to the driver. Yes. We will talk about the second type of mirror that is called spherical mirror. What is the meaning of spherical mirror? It is a mirror whose reflecting surface is a part of hollow sphere. Again, what is the meaning of spherical mirror? It is a mirror whose reflecting surface is a part of hollow sphere. As you see in the picture, that is the, yes, spherical mirror. It is a part of sphere. What are the types of spherical mirror? We know the types of spherical mirror. Number 1, concave mirror. Concave mirror is called converging mirror. Why? Second type is called convex mirror or diverging mirror. Why? Concave mirror or converging mirror, it is the mirror that collects light rays after falling. Convex mirror, it is diverge light after falling. يبقى when light falls on concave mirror, it will reflected and collected in one point. While light rays that falls on convex mirror, it will diverge يعني get away from the reflecting surface. طيب اوكي. We will start with concave mirror or converging mirror. When light falls on concave mirror, what will happen? What is the meaning of concave mirror first? Concave mirror, it is a mirror whose reflecting surface is a part of inner surface of a sphere. Yes, it is the inner part, not the outer. But when light falls on inner part of the reflecting surface, the type of spherical mirror is called concave mirror. Concave mirror reflects the light from their inner surface, like inside spoon. You have a metallic spoon in your room. Metallic spoon has two surfaces. The inner surface is called concave. The outer surface is called convex. Concave mirror are called converging mirror. Give reason. Why? Why concave mirror is called converging mirror? Because what will happen to the light when it falls on a reflecting surface? Yes, it converges or collects the parallel light rays that falls on its reflecting surface. It collects light. Convex mirror. What is the meaning of convex mirror? It is a mirror whose reflecting surface is a part of the outer surface of a sphere. If this means that concave mirror, it is the inner part of a sphere, while convex mirror, it is the outer part of a sphere. Yes. When light falls on the outer surface of a sphere, this reflecting surface is called convex mirror. Convex mirror reflects the light ray from their outer surface, like the outside of the spoon. يبقى the inner part of spoon is called concave. The outer part of spoon is called convex. The convex mirror are called diverging mirrors. Why? Because it diverges the parallel light rays that falls on its surface. Yes, when light falls from object, this arrow represents object. When light falls from it on convex mirror, it will return back, but not in the same direction. It diverges the light when it falls on it. So we make extension of divergent light ray, as you see in the picture, and form a small image in this picture. Yes. Start. Concepts related to spherical mirror. What are the concepts related to spherical mirror? Let's start. Number 1, center of curvature. Center of mirror curvature. It is the center of a sphere. It is the center of a sphere. It lies in the front of reflecting surface in the concave mirror, but it lies in behind the reflecting surface in convex mirror. Yes, it lies behind of the reflecting surface in the convex mirror. Spherical mirror has only one center. The focal length equal radius over 2. That is the spherical mirror. Pay attention. This straight line, this point is called center. It is the center of a sphere in which the reflecting surface is a part of it. From center to the reflecting surface is called radius. Yes, of. From center to the reflecting surface is called radius. There is a point of collection of reflected light ray that is called focus. The distance between the focus and the reflecting surface is called focal length. Yes. Number 2, the pole of the mirror can be represented by B letter. What is the meaning of pole? Pole, you see in the picture, it is the point in the middle part of reflecting surface in concave mirror or convex mirror. يبقى it is the point that lies in the middle of reflecting surface of the mirror. In the middle of reflecting surface of the mirror. That is the meaning of pole. Concept number 3, the radius of mirror curvatures. Number 3. Radius, it is the distance between the center and the pole, or it is the distance between the center and any point on reflecting surface. This distance from center and any point on reflecting surface is called the radius. The distance between the center and the pole is called radius. As in convex, yes, lens. الكونكيف lens, البول طيب يبقى what is the meaning of radius? It is the radius of a sphere that the mirror is a part of it, or it is the distance between center of the mirror curvature and any point on its reflecting surface. Principal axis of the mirror. What is the meaning of principal axis? It is the straight line connected between poles and center. Yes. It is the straight line that passes by the pole and center of curvature. This means that the concave and the convex mirror have only one principal axis. What is the meaning of principal axis? It is the straight line that passes by pole and center of curvature. There are only one principal axis. Why? Because it is the straight line passes by pole and center of curvature. Another concept related to spherical mirror, secondary axis of the mirror. What does this mean? It means a straight line passing by center and any point at reflecting surface except pole. Yes. It is any line that passes by center of curvature straight of the mirror and any point on its reflecting surface except the pole. Why? Because when it passes by the pole, it becomes principal axis. Type. How many numbers of secondary axes in the mirror? There are uncountable number of secondary axes, not only one as principal axis. No, there are uncountable number of secondary axes. What is the meaning of focus? F capital, not F small. F capital represent the point. F small represent distance. It is concave or convex? Concave. Yes, why? Because light falls on the inner part or outer part. Inner. Yes. That is focus. What is the meaning of focus? Focus, it is the point of collection of all light rays. When light falls on the concave mirror, it will reflected passing by the focus, as you see in the picture. when light falls parallel to principal axis, it will reflected passing by the focus. Another light ray, it will reflected passing by the focus. Another one, it will reflected passing by the focus. So we can define a focus as point of collection of reflected light ray in concave mirror, but in convex mirror, it is the point when the light falls on convex mirror, it will diverge. Okay, another one will diverge. What will happen? Make extension of reflected light ray. What will happen? It will be collected on virtual focus. You have two types of focus: virtual focus and real focus. A real focus, it is the point of collection of reflected light ray, but virtual focus, it is the point of collection of extension of reflected light ray. That is the definition of focus. It is the point of collection of reflected light ray in the concave mirror, but in convex mirror, it is the point of collection of mean extension of reflected light rays. A concave mirror has a real focus and it lies in front of reflecting surface. يبقى الكونكيف has real focus. طيب, what is the position of real focus? In front of concave mirror, but in convex mirror it is behind the reflecting surface. The spherical mirror has only one focus. Yes. Spherical mirror has only one principal axis and uncountable number of secondary axes. Give reason. It has only axis because it has one center of curvature and one pole, as the principal axis is the straight line passing by the center and the pole, while it has uncountable number of secondary axes because any straight line passes by its center and any point on its surface except pole is considered secondary axis. What is the relation between radius, diameter, and the focal length? Radius of the mirror curvature equal double the focal length, equal to multiply focal length. Radius of curvature equal half a diameter, so focal length equal half a radius, and the focal length equal quarter diameter. Yes. The distance between pole and the center is called radius. The distance between pole and the focus is called the focal length. So focal length have a radius. What is meant by? The focal length of a spherical mirror is 10 centimeters. What does this mean? This means that the distance between the focus of the mirror and its pole is 10 centimeters. The radius of curvature of a spherical mirror equal 20. This means that the distance between the center of the mirror curvature and any point on its surface equal 20. Bases of the rays. What is the meaning bases of rays on the mirror? Bases of rays, this means that the way of reflection of light when it falls on concave or convex lens. Let's start with the first path of rays on reflecting surface of the mirror. If the light rays incident parallel to principal axis, what will happen? Pay attention. What is the type of this mirror? concave mirror. What does this mean? It is principal axis. This point is called focus. This point is called center. What does this mean? The light falls parallel to principal axis. What will happen to this light? It will reflect passing by the focus. When light falls parallel to principal axis, it will, yes, reflect passing by the focus. هنا عندي ده incident light ray هيعمل reflection passing by the focus. That is the first pass of ray. Second pass طبعا second pass أهو. Yes. قال لي if the light rays passes through the focus, it is the opposite of the first case. What will happen to the light? Yes, concave mirror, principal axis, focus, center. When the light rays falls on reflecting surface passing by the focus, what will happen? It will reflect it parallel to principal axis. It is the opposite of the first case. Yes. The third case, يبقى if the light rays passes through the focus, it will reflect parallel to principal axis. Third, passes of rays on the mirror. عندنا third pass مسار الثالث. If the light rays passes through the center of curvature, what will happen? That is a concave mirror. Principal axis. Center. This straight line represents incident light ray passing by the center. What will happen to this ray? Yes, it will reflect on itself. When it falls by this direction, it will reflect on itself. Why? Give reason. When the light rays passes through the center of curvature, it will reflect on itself. Why? Yes, because it falls perpendicular to the spherical mirror, so its angle of incidence equal angle of reflection equals 0. This light ray falls perpendicular as you see in the picture. Yes. Now we will know about what we talk about it in this lesson. Number 1, light reflection. What is the meaning of light reflection? It is the bouncing of light when it falls on reflecting surface. What are the types of light reflection? Regular and irregular. Light reflection can be divided into the two types according to the type of reflecting surface. Another part, we talk about mirrors. Mirrors, it is the reflecting surface, can be classified into two types, plane mirror and spherical mirror. What are the properties that are formed by plane mirror? Plane mirror formed image. Number 1, upright. Number 2, virtual. Number 3, laterally inverted. Number 4, the distance between object and mirror equal the distance between object and the mirror. Number 4, the straight line join between the object and the mirror and the image perpendicular on the reflecting surface. The last one, the distance between the object and the mirror equals the distance between image and the mirror. The second type of mirror, spherical mirror. The spherical mirror, it is a mirror in which its reflecting surface is a part of a sphere. Yes, spherical mirror can be divided into two types. Number 1, concave mirror. Number 2, convex mirror. In the second part of this lesson, we will talk about the images that formed by concave mirror. Thank you for listening.